On today's episode of Watch JR Go, I'm here with Josh and the Holy Grail Corvette. And today, we're getting it ready for LS Fest. Basically, just throwing a lot more cool stuff at it. What is going on, guys? I am Watch JR Go, and here we are with my 2004 Corvette Z06 with the Procharger development car with the P1SC on it. And it's really nice, but it could be better. So, today we have a giant box of supplies from Holley because we're taking this to LS Fest and it's going to be in Holley's booth. So, let's start loading it up with some real Holley sauce here today.
Isn't LS Fest like next week?
Well, no. LS Fest is in 2 days. We get one shot at this.
Oh.
We have a few hours, and it still needs paint corrected. So they need a full day, so we have a couple hours.
So it's like TV drama.
Yeah,
Except
this is real.
This is real.
We don't get to mess around. Anyway, over here we have boxes of parts from the horsepower people. Feel it. Here we have the MSD Atomic Airforce for the LS1, 2, and LS6. This is supposed to be one of the best intakes in the world right now. And we have this box. Let's get it open here and see what we got. Oh yeah. The Extreme 9000 spark plug wires for the LS1 and the LS6. You guys have seen these wires. They're on almost every build I do because they are the ultimate wires. They're super short and super nice.
I think I've got the 90s and the Trailblazer next door.
It's like we have so many sets of those now.
Oh, you got the Rolls Royce?
Yeah, the Rolls Royce, the Camaro, everything has
Yeah,
those.
the Camaro.
Oh yeah.
They're on everything because they're good.
Fuel rails. Fuel rails for the Atomic EFI intake, which will end up looking amazing. That'll really complete the look there. And MSD coil packs, if I can get them out of the box. Got it. A whole box of sauce for this Corvette. So let's make some horsepower. That's what we're here for today. Hopefully it all just bolts on and doesn't take long at all. The intake is just a bunch of 8s, and the only thing that's going to be messy is getting all the fuel out of the fuel rails. So here is the plan. The stock LS6 intake leaves, gets replaced with the Airforce. These Aeromotive fuel rails leave, and all of these coils leave. So it's honestly, it seems simple, but the thing is when you get into the plumbing, it starts taking quite a while. But hey, I think we can just hop right in here and start ripping. So I think we start with the coil harnesses and MAF, because that's all leaving, and pull the throttle body retainer out. Basically unwire everything. And evap's got to come off of there. Oop, oop, oop. Almost dropped the lock. There we go. Got the throttle body motor. Josh is knocking out those coils. And the injectors, you just push in on the clip. It's a spring-loaded clip. Pull up. I say that, but then it doesn't work. There we go. Well, we will get back with you guys after we get the spark plug wires off, because they're not fun. Not fun at all.
They require blood.
They do. A blood sacrifice to the LS. The old intake is off, and look how clean that valley is. Josh was like, this is the first one I've seen without sand. And I agree, everything in this car is crazy clean. There's the old intake right there, and here is the new intake right here. So, let's see. How's it open? Oh, I don't have the right sounds, but this looks super sick. Super sick. Look at all that stainless hardware it comes with. That's pretty cool. And it comes with intake gasket. I was about to go buy intake gaskets. That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Yes, replaceable.
It's like it was made for this car.
It is, like, it's the perfect, that's why I wanted black with red print. It was the only way.
Yeah.
Yep, and then everything else is red and black. So that is absolutely beautiful. Before installing your new intake, be sure it will be necessary to select one of 3 sensor locations. Cool.
Map sensor?
Yep. While we've got this thing all apart, the valve covers are leaking a little bit, which is kind of interesting for the mileage. But we ran to O'Reilly's and bought a valve cover gasket set. We're gonna swap that out real quick. So I'm just gonna pull those 4/8 that hold those on, run them over to the parts cleaner, quick rinse, and we'll put it back together with a new everything. So that should keep everything working the way we need it. Well, we hit a little bit of a roadblock, and when I say a little bit, I mean a literal 1/4 inch roadblock. The back of the Airforce intake will not clear the firewall. Right here, Josh took some cardboard and put the intake in and, you know, pushed it back up against the firewall, and you can see just right there, it will not go up underneath the cowl where the wiper mounts. And of course, we don't want to destroy the car. Normally, if it was like really anything else, just send it, and we would move the metal out of the way. But with this, it's not the one. So I guess no Airforce for me, unfortunately. But we do have all of this other stuff. We're gonna get it done. And of course, you saw the valve covers were a little grody because they've been leaking. The valve covers are no longer grody. So we ran to O'Reilly's, picked up the new Felpro set for the valve covers, VS 5054R1. This includes new grommets for the bolts. So we should have that back together with no leaks. And Josh is building the new, well, the new intake setup with the poly rails here. These are pretty, MSD rails, atomic EFI rails. So we're gonna get it back together, it's gonna work, but unfortunately it won't be with the beautiful MSD intake. If we change the motor mounts, we can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if the engine lowers 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, that'll open up enough room on the firewall.
We're gonna buy some motor mounts. Just not today, because it's the last day we can work on the car. So unfortunately, we're stuck on the intake. Everything else is going back together right now. These grommets, they'll either just pop off like that, or you can use wire cutters to get them off. These ones are actually coming off very well. So I'm just gonna keep doing that, and we'll put the new ones on, put the bolts back in the valve covers, and I'll get that reassembled and start cleaning the valley. It's gonna be very clean. You guys ever seen inside a perfect LS6? Look at that. I mean, all these like couple pieces of dirt right there are just things that I dropped while I was cleaning the surface. But it is ready for the clean valve cover. The other side's on. They're getting torqued to the factory spec. We're just going in, all the way in. It also appears that those fuel rails are for this intake. So we were mistaken in thinking we could just toss those rails on, really striking out on parts that'll fit until it has different engine mounts, because it just sits just that much too high. All right, Josh is doing the all-important slide the intake around. I am swapping the coils, I think. I might actually take all of these off and go clean this bracket too, because we cleaned everything else. And I feel like the coils are suddenly gonna look dreary.
I couldn't pull this intake off for no reason.
I know.
I had to clean it up.
It's so clean.
And that CRC machine was incredible.
Yeah, pretty gentle.
That citrus juice just was gentle, yeah.
It's all about the juice, you know? The sauce is forever, but the juice, the sauce is eternal, that's what it is. All right, that looks pretty.
You only thought I was doing.
All right, the bracket is washed up. We've got the wiring harness going back on right now. Just about completely there. Wiped everything down. Let's see if I can, there it goes. Everything snaps into place nicely. Time to install the new coils. So I kept all the screws in the old ones so we know right where they go. This is gonna look good. You can do this in the car, super easy. Only takes a few minutes. But of course we have everything apart, so we're doing it the fun way. And of course, new intake gaskets from O'Reilly's as well, so we can put this thing back on. The old intake gaskets are smushed, flush with the intake level of smushed. Though no fault of the intake, we've spent the entire day working on the car. and we basically just did coils and wires. But we've also had the entire car apart, and of course, this intake is the best flowing one in the game right now. Everyone will tell you this is the intake. It outflows every aftermarket intake and the LS3 intake, which is the king of the factory intakes. But until we get shorter motor mounts and drop the engine about that much, we won't be able to get that intake into the car. So it's back together, should run again. It looks incredible. Like, what an underhood shot. But we did not succeed on the intake side. Oh, one more injector that's fighting.
I had to take it off to put the evap in place, and now it's like you have to put them all together at the same time.
Yes, I had to rotate the injectors to get the connectors back on. Lots of fun.
I might have just solved it.
Yeah, put that on first, and yeah.
Click, and then go under, and then assemble.
It was a mess getting that out, dude. That's why it took me twice as long as you.
Yeah, excuses.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always been off.
Oh, good.
Yep. Well, it started right back up. I think we're good to go. Probably better than ever, because now we've got all new gaskets throughout. So at least we solved a couple problems. And next up, we can solve the big problem of getting the monster intake on there. Well, I think it's time to go drive this thing. I have to run it out of gas before... Yeah, it still has all that year-old gas in it, so I need to put a bunch of miles on it tonight. I'm super pumped that it's good to go again. Leak checks. Everything looks dry. All right, before we head out, I'm gonna lift it back up and we're gonna do a quick oil change. Little Motul 8100 XS for this bad boy, of course. And I think we'll be good to go for our road trip action. So we got a lot done, even though it doesn't look like we got a lot done, right? Like, I feel like we got a lot done.
We instilled confidence.
Right.
That's what we did. We installed confidence today.
And next time we'll install more holly sauce.
Yeah.
But man, unfortunate that it doesn't quite clear the cowl.
I was really excited. That was going to look really good in there.
Not to mention, not only does it look good, it's the best flowing one on the market. Oh well. So I'll see you guys at LS Fest. I hope you're there. I'm heading out like tomorrow morning, the next day morning, Friday morning. I'm heading out, and I'll be there probably doing drag racing and maybe autocross with this. I think I have an entrant to both, so that would be really fun. And just be there to hang out, have some fun. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com where you can get cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. I can't wait till it gets corrected tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to see it tomorrow.
I know. I need to get that door. There's a little water drip on the mirror. That's that's all it has. That's the only dirt on it. Nah, they'll get this looking right. So it'll be road trip ready.
Those
functional on the Z.
Oh, is that factory grade?
Yeah, that's factory. That's factory.
It looks nice.
It's super fake on base models. People just get stick-ons. Yeah.
It looks like functional and not gaudy.
Super nice, yeah.
Very race car looking.
Yep.
I like it.